Hello viewers and compliments of the season. Welcome to yet another episode of Health Business, your #1 health program on TV. And our mandate on this program is to give you health information that make you live a more healthier life. My name is Oluwatoyin Kolawole. Stay tuned.
Former Chief Medical Director at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, LASUTH, Professor Akin Oshibogun revealed that no fewer than 1,000 Nigerians die annually as a result of the poor management and control of epidemic diseases in the country. Professor Oshibogun disclosed this at the 8th Annual Symposium of the Health Writers Association of Nigeria, which held in Lagos.
Monkeypox broke out earlier this year. All I needed to do was just to Google it. Then I went to the WHO website, and before you knew it, I had all the facts about monkeypox. It wasn't like that some years back.
The former LASUTH CMD blamed deaths arising from such epidemics on the lack of political will and preparedness to combat diseases in the country. Oshibogun further lamented that it is unfortunate that Nigeria is still unprepared should the Ebola virus disease resurface in the country. In his address, Hiwan, Chairman Board of Trustees Emmanuel Enabulele, explained that the symposium was to highlight major health issues in the country.
You have the brand, the well-known brand of recipe. But if you go to market, you see so many, am I lying? So many, and some of them come very cheap, 250. Whereas you don't brand, you look about 2,000. I don't know what that is doing to feed them. Because some of these unbranded ones can be actually dangerous.
This year's Hiwan Symposium had as theme Emergency Response to Disease Outbreaks, the Way Forward in Nigeria.
I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat.
The Nigerian government has been advised to tackle the brain drain syndrome in the health sector by ensuring good working conditions for medical doctors. This was the thrust of discussion at the National Executive Meeting of the Nigerian Medical Association held recently in Lagos. Speakers at the event emphasized that over 300 Nigerian doctors leave the shores of the country for greener pastures yearly.
Nigeria is losing doctors. Nigeria is looking their best brain. Nigeria is losing a lot of health workers because of poor working environment.
The point is we need to discourage our people from going out, because if you look at the doctor to patient ratio, which is standing at 1 to 4,000 in Nigeria, that is terrible. So we must find a way of bringing back more doctors, especially we have people that have done very well in advanced economics.
The medical profession in Nigeria is being threatened, and the threat is that of extinction. And if that happens, it's going to affect everybody, because our population is a growing population, and the population of a health provider is a declining population, and that is a panacea for disaster.
The experts noted that it is the responsibility of all tiers of government to check the migration by creating and sustaining conducive working conditions.
The first thing is that when there's a problem, you must recognize that there is a problem. So if you look at what I've itemized, if you're looking at infrastructural deficit, it means we have to correct the infrastructural deficit. If you're talking of poor remunerations, then we have to correct that. We have to talk about living wage. Particularly with respect to rising cost of living. And we have to correct that. And we have to appreciate that profession itself.
According to some reports, an estimated 35,000 Nigerian doctors are practicing outside the Nigerian territory, out of the 72,000 registered with the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. The United Kingdom and the United States are the top destinations of the migrant doctors.
We all know that Christmas is fast approaching, and we know that Christmas is the season of food. We get to eat a lot and add weight at the end of the year. How can we stay healthy and eat healthy during this festive period? Well, this next documentary will educate us on how to stay healthy. Please don't go away.
Christmas is a good thing, it's a festive season. We need to understand what Christmas is all about. It's all about gathering, celebration, then different types of food. Eating, because it's all about celebration. So people tend to eat different types of food, ranging from fried food to baked food, pies, cakes, and everything. So it's a good thing, but we need to be health conscious in the sense that all these food that we eat, they are usually high in fat. And aside from that, also high in sugar, which are not so very good for their health. So most of the time, we usually advise them that during this festive season, you review your method of cooking. Instead of frying, you can do grilling. So it might be that you have a large gathering that is coming, you can grill it. You can even smoke it like you are doing smoked fish. So it's better and it will still taste different. Let them have a different taste. So instead of using sugar all the time, you can go for something like dates. You can use something, other sweeteners, artificial sweeteners, or you use natural sweeteners like dates I mentioned. Sugar cane juice is also a very good option. So you can do that for your cakes, for anything you want to do. You can also use whole grain foods. Whole grain foods, like you want to bake cake, instead of using just the refined flour alone, you can use the whole grain one. So when you use the whole grain one, then we are sure that you are increasing the fiber of what you are eating. So there are so many things, and to also stay active, we said it's all about celebration. So it's not about just sitting down. If the family is gathering, let's have this outdoor game. So that will keep you active for few hours, apart from just eating all the time, because there will always be puff-puff, there will always be chin-chin, there will always be cake to munch on. So while you're doing that, you're also being active. And for you to be active, it means that you are balancing it up. Because for you to have an energy balance, there must be energy intake to be equal to your energy expenditure. You need to define what sedentary lifestyle is when you are not active at all. When you decide to just stay indoor, doing nothing, not to even do any form of washing or anything like that. So by the time you are not doing that, that is, there's an energy imbalance already, and you kept on eating. While you're eating, then you're always depositing, the fat is always going there. So it predisposes you to obesity. And obesity is one of the risk factors for developing any form of cardiovascular diseases, like heart problem, heart attack, or stroke, diabetes. So, and that's not good for anybody. So it's not always good to be to have a sedentary lifestyle, in the sense that you can be a little bit active by taking walk. We say walk it out. Walk it out in the sense that even during this festive season, you can decide to do a little walking and talking with your friends. It might be beach out time, or you do gone are the days where we usually have all these kites game, where we do all these types of outdoor games. So those are the things we encourage people to do these festivals. At least we are gathering as a family, so let's do it. Let's make it a memorable one. Then let's try to remember the things we've done when we are young, so that we can be very active, being conscious. It's just about being conscious that we want to be active and at the same time celebrate and at the same time eat. So that means you are balancing everything up.
Nice to know you are still watching Health Business. Drug abuse is a serious issue in our society. What are the dangers inherent in this act? You get answers to this on our pharmacy segment.
We are outside the State Court of Appeal, where a landmark judgment will be delivered today in the case of the state versus malaria.
My lord, defense has ample evidence to prove that malaria will continue to be a menace to the general public if this appeal is not thrown out. Many people have suffered various symptoms of malaria in the past, but after taking a complete dosage of Lonart, they are totally relieved due to the strength and efficacy of Lonart in dealing with malaria. Objection, my lord!
This is my judgment. Malaria is a dangerous killer, and Lonart is very effective for dealing with malaria. You have lost your appeal. Remain imprisoned in Lonart's custody.
Lonart, a quality product from Green Life Pharmaceuticals Limited. If symptoms persist,
it's another one. Oh nah, it's another one. Me see the so.
The Peter on the beat.
Brother man, nah, this kind of life we want live.
Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon.
How you doing?
How are you?
Fine, ma. Thank you, ma.
How may I be of help to you today?
You get Benelin and codeine.
Benelin and codeine.
Benelin with codeine. That cough syrup now.
Who won't take them?
Na me. I do get one serious cough like that. I don't use all those your cough syrup. They only work. Just give me that Benelin with codeine. China, how much do they sell them again?
Benelin with codeine, you said. Do you have a prescription from the doctor for Benelin with codeine?
This pharmacy safe. Now don't start again. Anytime where a person comes in, I go ask for prescription. Just give me the Benelin with codeine. How much?
Okay, explain this cough to me.
I won't take explain cough again. Give me Benelin with codeine. Now that one they work for. See, I know they even fit talk when after they talk to you. Now that one I don't take before, and the only way they work for me. Anytime I take them, get out my body they do now. Just they do alright. Where so all this one really work.
Okay, calm down. Let's talk.
Oh.
In your interest only. In your interest, do you know this Benelin with codeine you are talking about? If you take it at the normal dose, that may be okay, but many people don't. And and at above the normal dose, it's very injurious. How do you take? Just talk with me in your interest now. I'm just talking in your own interest. Talk with me. How do you take it?
With codeine again. The one I buy before, I just buy and open and drink. And then the one I just pour and small, I will just get that confident. I go high where.
You see?
So you even know how the thing they beat you. Just
you see?
Just give me this thing.
Yeah, that's good to feel high. But do you know the damage it's doing to you? Let me tell you.
I take this thing before. I take them.
Oh, the one reason we need to talk about it. Have you ever seen your liver before? Have you ever seen your kidneys before? Vanillin with codeine overdose can pack up your liver.
Pack up liver, okay.
Can pack up your kidneys. It can arrest the way you breathe, and then you might just suddenly collapse and die.
This is your too many English. I never heard this one before.
Please, my dear, I'm talking to you as a concerned healthcare professional. I'm talking to you as a concerned pharmacist. You see, you have the money. I need the money. I have the product you want, but it's injurious to you. So let us talk. Now, this vanillin with codeine, how long have you been taking? Let's talk.
I don't use them since now. Now the only thing where they work.
You want to continue taking something that may damage your liver, may collapse your kidney, may stop your breathing suddenly one day, and then you collapse and die. So many harm it can do. Apart from that, socially, it's also not healthy for you. It drains your pocket because that means you have to be buying more and more every time to get the same feeling. Do you want to continue taking it?
Don't be say, I like, see.
Do you want to continue taking it?
Well, now they work for me now.
Do you want to continue it? You want to take something that can kill you?
You get another one for me. If you get another one, but all those places where they buy and they tell me all those
let's
things.
talk. Do you really have cough?
Damn, nobody say you supposed to know how this thing they be now. Nobody say the cough did here, but
you see, you don't even have a cough, so we don't have a cough to worry about. Let's talk about how you can stop taking vanillin with codeine. Are you ready to stop?
You get how you go to help me. Just like you talk now, I don't go want make my liver damage. I don't go want make my kidney. I don't want that early as I did like this. Today you go help me. I go happy now.
I will really help you because you see, I have a number of years ahead of you, and you need to be healthy and strong and grow up into fulfilling God's plan for your life. So we'll talk about that. You'll see me, okay? Wait and see me so that we can go in and talk. Dear viewers, here we go again. Vanillin with codeine. So many costs to us with codeine. Products with codeine, they have restricted use. There is recommended dosage. At the recommended dosage, they are generally safe and effective. But once you step out of that boundary and you take more than is recommended, that amounts to drug abuse. Now, unfortunately, with vanillin with codeine, it's very unforgiving if you overuse it because it can damage your liver. It can go for your kidneys. It can give you respiratory collapse. That means that suddenly you just find yourself unable to breathe, and you know what that means? Ultimately, it can lead to death. Apart from all other vices around you, I mean, it could be very socially destabilizing. You spend all your funds on it. It's just not worth abusing. So I want to appeal to you. If you have not started, don't start. If you're already hooked on vanillin with codeine or any product with codeine, you need help. Get help from your pharmacist or your doctor. Talk with them, they will help you. Thank you.
It's now time to join Dr. Abayomi Ajayi on understanding infertility.
You're welcome to Understanding Infertility. My name is Dr. Abayomi Ajayi, and today we're going to be discussing female infertility. Other things have crept into the surgical armamentarium in female infertility, and that is endoscopy. When we talk about endoscopy just means looking inside the body, human body, without really going there. And it's based on the concept of like using a telescope. You know, you use a telescope without shortening the distance between 2 points. So you can also do something like that. And there are two main kind of telescopes that, if you allow me to say that can be used in gynecology. One is called hysteroscopy, which goes through the vagina into the cervix and then can look inside of the uterus. And the good thing again is that you not only look, you can even do surgeries there. You can remove polyps, you can remove fibroids, and you can break down scars. But the only thing you can do are the things that are inside the cavity of the uterus. You cannot do anything that is outside the uterus. When we talk about IVF, you know, a few programs away, I also discuss the differences between IUI and IVF. But IVF, intrauterine insemination, and IVF is in vitro fertilization. The difference between these two is in the complexity of bringing the sperm and the egg together. In IUI, the egg and the sperm meet in the body. In IVF, they meet outside. That's why it's called in vitro fertilization. It means fertilization outside the body. Anyway, so there's some things that have also sprung up from female infertility. When, you know, we've been talking about age and infertility, that women tend to be less fertile as they grow older. And that is not unusual because women, unlike men, come with all the eggs that they're going to use in a lifetime. And this keeps depleting with time. So when women reach about 40, success rate is really very low, less than 10%. And therefore, sometimes it comes to the fact that we might need to use egg donation for them, whereby a younger person might need to donate eggs for an older person. This is usually for women over 45, 42, 45. And that's why, you know, they're talking about all the superstars getting pregnant at 50, and most of them, 99% of them will use egg donors. So sometimes that's the question we face when we're trying to treat women of older age group and they're insisting on using their eggs. It gives abysmal results. So most of the time, it's important for you to be ready to have a discussion about that. Nobody will force anybody to use donor eggs, but it's something that is worth discussing. Another thing that I just want to mention before we conclude this program is surrogacy. This is a situation where another woman carries a pregnancy for a couple. And of course, you can ask me that what are the drawbacks of that. Of course, we remember the popular baby M, Melissa Stern, who was born in 1986. She's 30 years old now, who was the first baby that brought to fore the custody case that was aired in the US. Of course, and recently, the baby that was born in Thailand called baby Gami, which was born in 2013. This was the case where the Australian couple went to Thailand in order to go and do surrogacy. And then two babies came. One was normal, one was abnormal. And they decided to leave the one that was abnormal. Of course, we know it ended rightly because the Australian government has given baby Gami Australian citizenship now. So it's on that note we are going to end this discussion on female infertility. You will discover that many of the topics are interlinked, so we are going to still continue to visit some of these things. I'll leave you with this. Always remember, together we can conquer infertility. My name is still Dr. Abayomi Ajayi. Catch you.
We've come to the end of today's episode of Health Business. For advert placements, call the number showing on your screen. Remember, living healthy is a serious business. My name is Oluwatoyin Kolaole. Bye for now.